Music creators always want ideas to create content around. Now, to make this simple, the content is always about you and where you are right now, but we've got fears that are lying around about people's thoughts and opinions about what they could be about you and your talents. And then we got fears about, yourself, your self-conscious things, right? At the same time, this is causing you to be a little bit stagnant in the content creation, because if we go back to my first statement, it's about you, where you are, and where you're going. Now, I'm going to explain that in a minute. But if we can move all these fears and opinions of other folks out of the way, then we can begin to win. But what we don't want to be, or where we don't want to be, is in a place of the talent should be able to sell itself, and I don't have to do so much content. That's not a good place to be, because then we can't win. So I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful story through your social media content with the basic key principles that you're going to need to keep these fans engaged and take them on a journey with you, coming up right here on the Music Money Makeover Show. Hey everybody, welcome back to the Music Money Makeover Show. My name is Casey Graham, and from time to time on this show, you may hear me mention a little backstory here or there about myself and where I've been. That's what it's going to take from you. It's going to take story, and I'm going to show you how to take some key components from writing a story or developing your story over time in content. I'm going to show you how your fans will become more engaged with you and your content. Check it out. First off, what we got to do is we got to let the viewer know who you are and where you're from. Easier said than done? Not so much. People resonate with you more when they know who you are. Things like your age, home stomping grounds, and current stomping grounds allow people to tune into you a lot more. This is a major part of the battle. Secondly, who you are through interest really makes people tune in. So check it out. Me, I am from Savannah, Georgia, a small city on the coast of Georgia. A lot of people know this place. A little bit about my backstory. I moved to Phoenix, Arizona to go to the Conservatory of Recording Arts and Sciences. Then I moved to Atlanta, Georgia in 2006 to start my music career of a bunch of stuff. And on top of that, I'm a Gemini, clearly, because I communicate with you all. There you go. You know a little bit about me. And people want to know that about you. This is, what I'm saying? This is how they begin to love you. Some people don't even know why they love you, but when you tell them, hey, this is probably why you might love me, because this is me, we win it. You get what I'm saying? So this is a major part of the battle. Secondly, who you are through interest really makes people tune in. You know what I'm saying? So what are your interests? What do you love doing? What do you love talking about? What do you love wearing? What do you love eating? What's your favorite color? All those silly questions. What's your favorite color? What's your favorite season? All this, that, and the third. People want to know that stuff about you. You can actually make content around it. Let people know who you are and where you're from. Figure out where you're going, then tell the world. We're taking them on a journey through content. This is not all in one piece. You could do this over a series. So here's where we get down to business. You must know where you're going. This goes back to our vision video from last week. Tell the world your vision. Because, and you don't have to make it direct. You just say, hey, look, man, I'm going here and it's going to be great. Okay, figure out a way to say it, but tell them that. Okay, because if you can see your vision, then there are some people who want to be a part of that vision by just being in the audience from the beginning. I always say, everybody's not going to be a part of your vision, but there are some people who will be a part of that vision from the very beginning. So you must stress it to the audience. Please note, everybody will not be there from the beginning, and it's important to not listen to negative opinions of people in the beginning, because there are going to be a lot of people who talk. Don't listen to those people. We don't need to take that, because it's one thing to take on criticism versus opinions. See what I'm saying? So there's going to be a lot of negative people who talk. Now, are they a part of this vision? Yes, because you're going to have some haters in the mix of this stuff, but you just got to get used to it. Now, we got to use these problems that we talked about last week as your milestones to hit. Okay, and these also could be obstacles as well. So the problems that are in the way of your vision give you the majority of your content, because we get to see you solve your problems. That's the beautiful part about storytelling, because you're never going to run out of content. So don't be so self-conscious about things. Don't say that, I don't think people would want to see this. Yes, they do. These people go home. They go to work, they go home, they work out, they eat, whatever. These are consumers, you're creators. The consumers need something to watch. Give them something to watch. You see what I'm saying? This only happens if you document the process. Solve your problems by setting goals and building a strategy for each goal to really plan things out. So when you could even document yourself building the strategy. So when you plan this stuff out, it's going to give you, I can make content here. I can make content there. I can shoot. You know what I'm saying? And while you're doing this planning, put up the camera and shoot. We want to see. So now you want to find help along the way if you need it. A lot of times you may need to find help to solve your problems. I'll finish reading. I'll break it down. Sometimes you may be able to take a picture with your mentors or help, and other times you may only be able to talk about it. Okay? But at the end of the day, if you get help for these problems, the fans want to see it. Man, and they want to see this process happen. So take a picture, take a video. For those of you all who do your consultation calls with me, you book a call with me, and it's down below in the comment section or in the description section of the video. If you want to record it, say, hey, Case, record it. If you want to record it on your end and do it. You want to use it for some content, do it. You know what I mean? So either way, we as fans want to see this content, believe it or not. Fans are consumers. They're there to spend money. Get the money out of their pockets by telling the story, getting them engaged. We need something to watch more than your music content. Music is great, but we want to get into you if we're a fanatic. Fan is short for fanatic. We're not just going to sit and watch music content all day. We need more stuff to watch. So we need something to watch more than your music content to say we were with you from the very beginning. The help allows you to relieve the stagnation in your creation process while doubling as content at the same time. So since the beginning of the video, we have been telling a story through different methods, and we're going to revisit it in a second. Now, we want to celebrate your wins with fans. And I've said this before in a video. Fans love to see you excited and winning because when you win, your whole fan base wins. It makes our days brighter. It makes us celebrate you that much more. This will ultimately help you with your problem of interfacing with the public, especially if you know that we will celebrate you. So if you know that fanatics will celebrate any and everything you do, give them a reason to celebrate by telling them, hey, yo, we got this #1 spot. Or we just did the show. We crushed it. It was amazing. We killed it. Let them know that so they can get excited because they were with you for, I guess, from the beginning. Some of them are not, but I'm just saying. Fanatics need stuff to fan out about. It's called fandom for a reason. All right? Now, repeat the process. Ultimately, you must repeat the process after every win. However, each win should fuel you for the next win, and so forth and so on. Get out there and become that superstar you always wanted to be. So if we go back and repeat the process, let them know who you are, where you're from, figure out where you're going, then tell the world, use your problems as milestones, find help along the way if you need it. Like me, you can book a call. Celebrate your wins with fans. Repeat the process. Very simple. Now, obviously, I don't know how you want to create your content. Content can vary depending on, who you are, how you like to tell your story. But ultimately, I'm generalizing this as telling a story because that's what it is. If you look at TV, you look at other people's Instagrams who are actually doing it, who are out there, it's all about story. Now, how do I find the time and resources to create content consistently? Ultimately, the time will always be now, right now. But if you want success, you will find the time because where there's a will, there's a way. There's nothing that's going to stop you from obtaining the vision we were talking about last week. There's nothing that's going to get in your way if you want the success of the vision, not the money, but the vision. You get what I'm saying? So, because money comes with the vision. Now, what if my audience doesn't resonate with my story or content? We want to focus on creating authentic and genuine content that reflects your true self. Your audience will appreciate your honesty and you will attract a fan base that resonates with your story. Your audience will be built based on how well you can tell that story and how engaging you are with it. In addition to that, your talent, your musical talent really helps that. But like I say, people need more to know about you. Once they know you have the musical talent, they want to know more. Okay? Now, can I really increase my revenue through storytelling? Yes, authentic storytelling builds a strong connection with your audience, which in turn increases fan loyalty, engagement, and ultimately revenue. Storytelling is how all audiences were built throughout time, whether you want to believe it or not. everybody's telling a story. Thing is, with all this content being created, I don't want you to forget about the business, okay? So I built something called a 60-day record label course. It's a framework to establish your record label in a perfect 60-day sequence. It just is what it is. There's so many business processes to this thing that you need to know what they are while you're making this fun content and music. So we're going to set up your LLC and bank account flawlessly so they work together flawlessly for some base level anonymity so the fanatics don't come looking for you in certain places where they shouldn't be looking for you. And then we're going to set up your records and publishing division to collect domestic and international publishing royalties without the middleman taking 15% because, yes, that 15% is expensive to you in the beginning. And then we're going to utilize the contract templates within the course so you understand the business and the game that you're actually playing. The contract templates will be the rules to this music game, and you need to understand that. So all this stuff is covered. BMI, ASCAP, Sound Exchange, the MLC, Music Reports, Harry Fox Agency, Luminate, AllMusic, ISRC.com, music distributors, and much more. I can't forget that split sheets and a bunch of other templates are in there. Why take 12 months to do this process? Because I know it does. If you don't know what you're doing, it's going to take most of you all 12 months to get it done. And I've condensed it to really 60 days for you to make it happen. So why waste that time? Anyway, $275, that's it, or 5 easy payments of $55 so you can get in the game. Now, book a 1-hour call with me and we can develop a strategy for you to win in this game or just go from where you are now to the next step or a higher plane. Now, grab the free stuff below if this is your first time watching the channel. But all in all, here's where we're going to be with a more engaged audience, okay? This is what it equals. Increased audience engagement, stronger connections with fans, a growing loyal fan base, higher revenue from music and merchandise, greater visibility in the music industry, and continuous personal growth and professional growth. All of that is going to come from the storytelling consistently done through the content. And that's where I want you to be. But ultimately, we already know this is where you are. Stagnant audience growth, low engagement and fan loyalty, struggles with revenue generation and industry recognition. And industry recognition right here is the main point, simply because nobody is resonating with your story. Now, I'm going to give you a reality wake-up call here. If your talent is just not that great, there's something that you have that you do musically that is really great. Okay, because if people are not resonating with what you're trying to say, it could be the way the content looks, it could be the way your talent is or how great it is. So you might need to work on your talent or your craft a little bit more before you start burning down this content. You get what I'm saying? There are probably some things that you need to tweak. Ultimately, you're looking for the industry recognition. Why? Because you need to make money with the talent that you have in this music game. So, an audience that could care less leads to all of this, and we don't want to be here. We want to increase that audience engagement so that ultimately dollars flow into our pocket. But we can't do that without the content. It's almost impossible to do this without content at this point in technology, if you will. This is where I want you to be. This is where I don't want you to be, but I know you're probably right here right now because you're trying to build. So let's get over here. Go back and take some notes in this video if you need to. But all in all, this is the winning picture. At the beginning of this journey in today's video, you might have been a little bit kind of confused about the term storytelling because what does that have to do with artistry? And I understand, but hopefully you could take some principles from this video and apply it to your content so that you won't be struggling so much in your content creation and you can begin to tell the story over time. That's really what I want to get you to understand. Tell this thing over time and we can see the fan base become more engaged, the money start to increase, and overall happiness about your music career unfolds, and you begin to love what it is that you're truly doing outside of just the creation process. All right, music money makers, if you make music, you should always make money. Jump into the 60-day record label course. Download the free stuff below this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe on this video. I haven't said that in a minute, but make sure you make some comments down below. Book a call on musicmoneymakeover.com, and I'll see you next time. Peace.